I'm muted. What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another Bring the Juice Colts podcast live stream. Guys, it is the final week of the NFL regular season. And unfortunately, this game does not matter for the Indianapolis Colts. It does, however, mean something for the Houston Texans. So, obviously, it is what it is, but we're going to enjoy ourselves today while we can. But we have the Indianapolis Colts versus the Houston Texans in their final regular season matchup. And then we go into playoffs. Hard to believe, guys. The season is already just about over, especially for a lot of different teams out there. Very unfortunate, especially for us. But make sure you guys like the stream as you're coming in. It helps the algorithm, helps it get out to more people. We greatly appreciate your help and support on that. And please be sure, guys, to comment in the comment section. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Kind of interested in seeing subscriber count over the last. Let's do a custom. So let's go from. So let's just say from 07. So yeah, let's say from the start of training camp to today, we have gotten over 1 million views, over 85,500 watch time hours, and almost 2,000 new subscribers this season. So we greatly appreciate everyone that has basically been a part of this journey this year. So greatly appreciate all of you guys for tuning in and helping us do what we enjoy. Final game of the season, but also shout out to FanDuel. This live stream is presented by them. The Colts are heavy underdogs today. I think it was 10.5 going into today. So maybe something interesting happens. But yep, we got the Colts versus the Texans. I hope everyone here had a very good new year. It is 2026. I mean, hard to believe that. Only 4 days into the new year. Hopefully your 2025 was good. And I hope that you have an even better 2026. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys have come a long ways. I remember when you guys first started. Now it's pretty cool, respectfully. I appreciate that, Michigan Wolverines, man. I really appreciate it. Hey, Derek, hope you're well, man. Do you think Ballard could be let go today after the game, similar to last year when a couple hours after the game it was announced he was returning? Where's the breadsticks? Yeah, so we got to make a roundtable on Tuesday interesting by beating the Texans. Yeah, that would be kind of funny. That would be the Colts' luck to win this game somehow and be 9-8, and everybody throws a hissy fit, right? As obviously we should. Anyway, Vincent, going back to your thing. Yeah, I mean, we'll obviously know within 24 hours if Chris Ballard is going to remain the GM of this team or not. Hey, Zombie Flanders, how you doing? Because obviously if he's not going to be the GM going forward, then you have to start hopping on on the search for a new GM very shortly, obviously. Anyways, yeah, I feel that he will not be fired. All I've seen is from the local media and the national media has basically said that everyone they've talked to has said that Chris Ballard's job is safe, at least for this year. Actually, the Colts fired the last GM in late January, so we might not know right away. Yeah, I get that, but the Colts typically have been pretty proactive in trying to do things quickly. So I wouldn't imagine that they would wait too long. I mean, look, guys, I'm gonna just point it out. As much as I'm sure the majority of Colts fans want Chris Ballard to be fired, I would just say to prepare yourself for the idea that it probably will not happen. I'm just going to say it. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I do not believe that Chris Ballard will be fired when this season is said and done. Now, it's possible that a bunch of people were misinformed and Carly didn't say anything and Carly changes her mind. But that's the feeling going around, that the Colts are they're going to run it back. So, that's the feeling in the building. Hi, Mr. Colt Blue. How you doing? But yeah, so who knows what the heck is going to happen here, but so again, just prepare yourselves for the fact that Ballard will likely still be here going forward. But again, it could be a surprise. You never know. But yeah, we'll just I'm gonna wait to get this scoreboard up. What's for supper? I think we're having meatloaf tonight, man. I think I'm having meatloaf. I don't want anyone affiliated with Ballard. We need a fresh start. Yeah, I agree. If you were going to fire Ballard, do not promote Ed Dotts. Depends on how well we do today. If we lose by a lot and get embarrassed, he just might. Well, and that's the thing too, isn't the Texans are still fighting for that division spot. So they're going to try today. The first round pick isn't that big of a deal, in my opinion, especially if they bring back Daniel Jones. Yeah, I mean, who freaking knows what's going to happen with all this stuff going forward. You know what I mean? You got to admit, before the injuries, we were pretty good. And if everyone is healthy next year, could be good again. Well, the point is, most teams deal with injuries. Almost every team does. Maybe not to the extent that we did this year, but teams do. And the problem was, even before the injuries, we were starting to look worse. We're starting to look worse and worse. And I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, you had 6 games in a row outside of Jacksonville. Every single game was a 1-score game. It was a 1-score game. You could have very easily won any of those games, but you haven't, because you're just not a great football team. You're just not. I mean, you were lucky that in the first 10 games, that 6 of those games were against some of the worst teams in the National Football League. And that's pretty much the situation there. But I do understand everybody's feelings about it. My issue is, here's the thing. If the Colts had been regularly making the playoffs, like in Ballard's tenure, and we've been to the playoffs like 4 or 5 out of the 9 years that he's been here, and have won a couple playoff games, have, won the division once or twice. And, he had something there. I'd have been like, okay, I'd have given you the benefit of the doubt that it was the injuries, but I can't do that because this has just been another season of just another issue of stuff like that. Billy with the membership for almost 2 years now. We appreciate you. We will get a winner here soon. I certainly hope so, man. I'm sick and tired of feeling like Loserville. 1 second, guys. I am going to work on getting this scoreboard up, okay? Because we're at 1 o'clock. Game will start here in less than 10 minutes. But this will be the final game day stream for the Indianapolis Colts this year, man. Freaking crazy. I'll tell you what, though. It's been one of the most entertaining seasons that I have been a part of since opening this channel. Honestly, I mean, it's early in this season was so much fun. Obviously it's not been as fun over the last few months, but it has certainly been entertaining. And so, I mean, again, I'm happy, not happy with how the season turned out, but happy in the way that content has been and how, things are going crazy here. Okay. Yep. Give me just 1 second here, guys. I am just working on trying to get this set up. Okay. Give me 1 second. Just working on getting this set up. Oh, excuse me. Yes. Okay. And share. Give me 1 second here, guys. Let me remove that. How about a like button hit? Oh, and the game is actually starting very early. We'll hop on that. Give me just a second here, guys. Normally it doesn't take that long. Give me 1 second here. Save changes. And we're gonna share screen. And then, all right. Yeah. Well, that should be good then. All right. I'll switch that up in a second here, guys. As Stroud is going to run a play action here, he's going to hit his tight end Dalton Schultz, who gets a gain of 17 and a first down. All right. Let's do 14. There we go. That should work. There we go. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Greatly appreciate it. Receiver on the left and right, and a tight end on the right as well. It's going to be play action again. Stroud under pressure, gets rid of it, incomplete. Intended for Hutchinson on the fade. Cameron Mitchell on the coverage. Okay, sweet. So we're good. Let me try make this look a little better. Oh my gosh, this thing is so hard to control. There we go. That's better, I think. All right, Stroud gets rid of it quickly. Intended for Hutchinson. Incomplete. Cameron Mitchell on the coverage again. Second pass breakup there between Cameron Mitchell. He hits Hutchinson, or Higgins actually, on the drag route, and Higgins had to go up and get it, and Mitchell gets his hand in there and just jars it away. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Colts bringing it. Stroud gets rid of it. Oh my goodness, a one-handed catch by Schultz. Holy cow. Stroud was hit as he threw. I couldn't tell who it was that was guarding him, but he fell. And Schultz, it's a Bynum that fell, and Schultz with a one-handed catch. I mean, wow, that thing magneted to his freaking mitt, man. That was crazy. That's the second catch for Schultz on this drive already. Texans have to hurry up. They just get it off, and Zaire Franklin brings the running back in the backfield down for 2-yard loss. That is Jawar Jordan, second-year player out of Louisville, who is running the football today. New scoreboard looks good. Love that. Appreciate it. Two receivers to the left, two tight ends on the right. Shotgun for Stroud. They're at the 22-yard line. Stroud has lots of time. Now just has to get rid of it and throws it incomplete. Jermaine Pratt on the delayed blitz. The officials are discussing if there is a intentional grounding there, because Stroud just kind of threw it down at the ground, never really intending to throw it at anyone. And it is going to be intentional grounding. Yeah, no one anywhere close to where he actually threw it. I mean, if Stroud looks to his right, I mean, his tight end is wide open on the right side. He just never looked right, because Kwity Paye was dropped back into coverage. And it's going to be a run here after the loss of down and yardage. Gets a gain of only 2, so it'll be 4th down, and the Texans are going to have to try and kick this field goal. Tackle was made by Tyquan Lewis. Fairbairn back out here. 38 of 42 on the season. Second most made field goals in the NFL this season. This will be about a 50-yarder here. 51, actually. And that kick is up, and it is good. It sneaks through the upright. So Texans strike first. They do get the first points. There we go. I was going to say, it looked like my camera was a little bit more this way than that way. I'm trying to make sure it looks good. Does it look good for you guys? Does everything look okay? Has anyone missed a field goal against the Colts this year? I'm sure there's been at least one miss. Good. Awesome. Love it. Thank you guys again. I hope everyone has been enjoying their new year so far. So I've been shown this a couple times on the stream already, but in case you haven't already seen it, so this is an ornament that my future mother-in-law made for Cody and I, and we're going to get one to Cody here. But look at this. So it's kind of similar to our logo in a way. Obviously, the shape of a football on a mic stand. Obviously, you can see the Bring the Juice engraving down on it. And obviously, this is a hand-sketched design from her that was laser engraved into a piece of wood. And I mean, just that, it's a phenomenal piece. I mean, holy cow, man. I keep this up here because it's just like, it's too cool to just put on a Christmas tree. I look at this and I'm just like, this is awesome. It's phenomenally well done. So. Uh, 2026, guys. And that'll be caught at around the 7-yard line. And Abdullah is brought down at around the 30-yard line. And now Riley Leonard starting for the Indianapolis Colts. His first official start for the Indianapolis Colts. Remember, he played in that Jacksonville game about a month or so ago, but did not actually start it. Came in after the Daniel Jones injury. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tight end on the right. Leonard under center. Ball's at the 31. Downs is going to motion. It's going to be a handoff to Jonathan Taylor, who tries to make someone miss but loses about half a yard. Will Anderson Jr. on the tackle. Phenomenal young pass rusher there. Phillip Rivers still on the team, but mainly just consulting at this point. Jonathan Taylor with the second most rushing yards in the NFL this year, and Texans first place in just about everything defensively this year. I mean, talk about an elite defense. This is one of them. Jonathan Taylor gets to the 34 before being brought down. He's going to gain at least 4 on that one. Hey, let's run it up the middle, first down. They'll never suspect it. That's a true statement there, man. All of a sudden, now he wants to run the football early. 3 receivers to the left, tight end on the right. 3rd down and 7. Pittman motions in. It's going to be another pass. It's going to be first pass here. Leonard fires deep down the field. Alec Pierce is wide open. Alec Pierce with a walk-in touchdown. There was a blown coverage or something, but Riley Leonard on his first pass of the game, and it is a 66-yard bomb to Alec Pierce. Holy cow. I got to look at this. It's trips right or trips up at the left, and the safety comes down and nobody stays back. And Alec Pierce just does a out and then just a streak. And that is the 5th receiving touchdown for Alec Pierce. And man, oh man, the Colts come out firing. Great catch by Alec Pierce. He was left wide open. Wow. Talk about a bomb, dude. Holy cow. Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was I don't know if it was I'm going to assume that the cornerback was probably at fault. I couldn't tell if it was cover 3 or cover 4. But I'm going to assume that the corner was probably supposed to stay back. And yeah, either the corner or the safety did not get back, and Alec Pierce was wide freaking open, man. Holy cow. Alec Pierce even had time because that ball was a tiny bit underthrown, and he had to like come back to it and like almost fell over with adjusting to the ball, and then still was able to regain his composure, run, and not even get close to getting touched, man. Holy cow. Paul Wilson, my guy, he's been a member here for over 2 years, 28 months now. Go Colts and go Hoosiers. Hey, I'm going to tell you what, I might be live streaming the Hoosiers games going forward. Maybe. So if you guys want to see that, you guys let me know. I can do play-by-play for the Hoosiers games. Harris Moshrif, been a member now for 3 months for this season. Derek, thank you so much for an amazing season. Well, Moshrif, thank you to you for being a member and allowing me to be able to do the things that I can do. Thank you for being a part of this great community. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to you. And we're just getting started, man. We're just getting started. And I'm not going anywhere. We're going to continue to have this stuff, man. It's going to be fun. Watch us blow out Houston and question why Rivers ever came back. Well, we'll figure that out. But Alec Pierce, 66-yard reception touchdown, was the longest passing touchdown of the season. Obviously, it's only one throw. We'll have to see how they do going forward. All right. Blake kicks it. It's caught at the 2. And will be brought down at the 22-yard line by Tyler Goodson. Great rep there by the backup running back. Watch them give up a touchdown right away. Hey, guys, just let you know, Tennessee has a 7-0 lead on Jacksonville. I'm just letting you know that right now. Keep an eye out for that. But anyways, Colts have the lead. There's a flag thrown late. Are they seriously about to throw a flag on Tyler Goodson? They are. Or unnecessary roughness on somebody. Out of Tommywa. So what should have been starting at the 22 So now I'm going to start at the 37. Let's say the 30. Let's see where they mark it. Looks like the 34. Patrick with the $10 super chat. Thank you. Yes, Derek, go Hoosiers. Okay. Oh, no, maybe I'll think about that then. As the run here gets brought down at the 43. It's a gain of 4. There is a flag that's marks on the carry. Running a halfback counter. Illegal use of hands, and the defense is going to get hit again. So that is a penalty and a first down. I mean, yeah, he probably did. Shane Steichen thinking that it was a flag on them, but nope. And just like that, the refs are trying to keep the Houston Texans back in it as he gets to the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 4, and Houston is back in Colts territory once again. Boy, don't even start with me. Okay. I'll think of some IU games to do for you guys. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball at the 48. Marks is going to motion out. Stroud throws it. It's caught on a dime. He's brought down at the 36. In between that zone coverage, I'm amazed he threw that in there and completed that pass to Higgins. Nick Cross coming on a late blitz. Jermaine Pratt just not in the right position. Could have easily been an interception if Pratt had been in the right spot. Receiver on each side. 2 tight ends on the left. Extra lineman in there, actually. And he gets brought down maybe at the 34 to gain of 2. That is, again, Jawar Jordan, who seems to be getting a chunk of the reps here at running back to start. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Please be sure to like the stream, comment, and subscribe. Almost halfway through this first quarter. It's going to be another run. Or no, it's play action. And it's dropped into the breadbasket for Higgins. Edwards was a step behind him. Didn't know it was coming. There is a flag, though. See what it is. They're not going straight down the field. It's looking like it's going to be on the Texans. Jacksonville scored a touchdown right away, just letting y'all know. It's looking like it's a Texan penalty because everybody's backing up, but the officials are still talking about it. An eligible receiver downfield is what they call. Yeah, so that extra lineman they brought in on the RPO, no, it wasn't an extra lineman on that play specifically, but some of their offensive linemen got to the second level and were almost 5 yards down the field. That's the scary part of those types of RPOs. 5 wideouts, Colts showing blitz. Stroud, he's just going to get rid of it quickly, and he is brought down for a loss of 3. Zaire Franklin on the tackle. That was a screen pass intended, but it took way too long for that pass to come together. And the Texans almost pretty much out of field goal range right here. Fairbairn's longest career-long kick is 57. This would be a 60-yarder from here. 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. Stroud just going to dump it quickly to Schultz, who does get to the 31-yard line. He is well short of the first down. But Fairbairn will come out and kick a 49-yard field goal once again. Of course, the Cam Ward got hurt on that touchdown run, and now he's questionable to return. Fairbairn's kick is up, and it is good once again. Well, I mean, you know what? It was very close to them getting a touchdown right away. They still scored points. They still scored points. Zaire too late, Franklin. Yeah, I know it. I feel the same way, guys. Cam Ward's hurt, so they probably won't. Yeah, I mean, why don't you want Tennessee beating Jacksonville? Is it because you want Jacksonville to win the division? Nah. Let Houston win it for the third year in a row. I don't care. Oh, so because Zaire Franklin is having a semi-decent first quarter for the first time all season, that means the haters are mad? Whatever, dude. Get out of here. Yeah, Cam Ward's got a shoulder injury. He might not make it back in for that game. Who knows? As Fairbairn's back to kick. Line driver, and that's caught in the end zone. Doolin's gonna take it and gets brought down at the 23-yard line. Again, it's illogical to return it when you have it in the end zone. You kneel it, give your team great field position, but instead you're putting them back 12 yards. So right. All right, ball's at the 24. Leonard under center, two receivers to the right. Wing formation here. It's going to be play action. He's going to dump it to Mo Alley-Cox, but Cox gets tackled after a gain of only 1. All right, 2nd down and 9. It's going to be a handoff to Jonathan Taylor this time, but it gets blown up right away. Taylor loses at least a yard. And Togiai, the one to make the tackle there. So now it'll be 3rd down and 10 coming up. Okay. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Leonard in the shotgun with JT. He's just going to dump it to Warren, who makes a great catch, but Warren gets tackled at the 29-yard line after a gain of 5. And, hey, what are you eating? Are you just... Yeah, that 2006, 2007 defense that the Colts had, that was the number 1 defense that year, and I don't think it was as good as this. Oh, and the Colts are throwing the fake, and Malali Cox gets the first down. Rigoberto Sanchez on the fake punt, and he throws a dot to Malali Cox for a first down. Incredible. The Texans defender didn't even fall for it either. But yet the Colts were able to get it. That was Damon Clark, who was in coverage. And now the Colts are going to go for it. But then there's a flag thrown right away. Too many men on the field by the Texans there. That's wild, bro. So the Colts hurried up to fake punt. The Colts hurried up to fake punt, and the Texans had too many people on the field, and so the Colts just got a free 5 yards. That is hilarious. That might be the most unorthodox thing I've ever seen. Now the Colts will have the ball at the 50-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tight end on the right. Leonard under center. Downs will go in motion. Jonathan Taylor can't go anywhere. There's no room and gets brought down at the line of scrimmage. No, AR is not the backup today. Riley Leonard to throw, almost caught by Alec Pierce on the back shoulder fade, but couldn't quite bring it in. They're down in 5 now for the Colts. Stingley has had 3 games in the last 8 weeks where he has had no target or no completions against him. Pittman motions in, and the Colts are going to fake it here for Riley Leonard, and Leonard is going to go by himself, gets out at the 38. Michael Pittman was lit up at the end of that play, but took on the block for Riley Leonard. That was a great that's a great fake. Again, the quarterback, Riley Leonard, who is able to use his legs. Great job there. And this drive continues. 2 tight ends on the right, 3 tight ends on the right, and a receiver on the left. Ball's at the 39 of Houston. Play action. Leonard just going to dump it to JT in the flat, who tries to make some guys miss. Gets maybe 2 before being brought down. Pittman is not a wide receiver 3 at best. He is a good wide receiver 2 for almost every team out there. It's just the fact that the Colts don't know how to utilize him. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Tight end on the left. Cold blue. Gonna be fake here. Leonard just gonna throw it away. There wasn't anyone open after the pressure getting to him. Be 3rd down and 8 after the incomplete pass. Colts running a lot of play action with Leonard, but the Texans are starting to get pressure. They're starting to dial in on it. They might need to change it up a little bit. Leonard, back in shotgun. It's going to fire, and it's caught by Pierce. Not nearly enough for a first down, but he is pushed out at the 33-yard line. So this would be a 51-yard field goal attempt for Group. This would be the 3rd field goal attempt of the quarter for both of these teams. Yep, 51-yarder from here. And this one is straight through the uprights. Man, Group has been phenomenal since joining the Indianapolis Colts. Hasn't missed a kick yet. And the Colts take back that field goal that Houston just got on the last drive. So it is a 10-6 ball game. 4 offensive drives and 4 scores so far in this first quarter. It's only been 6 points or 4 points per drive, but there have been scores. Where's the Jacks score, Derek? I can let you know it right now. It's 7-7 Titans versus Jags right now. What up, Chris? How you doing, man? Good to see you in here. Yeah, I might. I mean, you might want to keep Group, to be honest with you. I know Spencer Schrader didn't miss kicks, but Group's making 50-yarders and making them look easy right now. I mean, you'd have a decision to make. I mean, Schrader and Group both are consistent right now, but Group, I think, has a better leg. Kick is off at the 3 and gets brought down finally at the 33-yard line. A flag is thrown, likely going to be coming back. Holding by the Texans. We'll see where that brings them back to. Both of these teams started off their seasons really bad. The Colts are the 6th team to miss the playoffs since 1970. After starting 8-2, so in bad company. Texans are the 7th team only to start 0-3 and make the playoffs still. Excuse me. Yeah, Easel Diesel, no doubt. How do you know Riley isn't the guy? Oh, believe me, I know he's not the guy. And it's going to be play action again, and Pratt falls down. The tight end catches it. Goodness gracious, man. We always are falling. Ain't nobody's ever stayed up. Yeah, right. Chris, I feel you, dude. Yeah, our linebackers just fall all the time, dude. Freaking stupid. Yeah, I mean, no doubt that Riley can be a backup going forward, but we're not about to start saying that Riley Leonard is the future of this team, okay? Y'all can chill out. Derek, do you think they free up any cap space to go and get some edge help or even linebacker? Well, yeah, I mean, regardless if you free up cap space or not, you're gonna need to try to find it either way. Linebacker or edge help. But the problem is if you have Ballard, I don't think he's gonna, do what it is that we're hoping that they'll do, Yes. Evan, I say yes. As much as I don't want to. Okay, so this drive will start for the Texans at the 27, or no, well, never mind. They had that one play. They're saying he was short. But he does get the first down, gets a gain of 2, so he's down at the 29-yard line. Tackled by Adetomiwa and Grover Stewart. Atlanta scores a touchdown. Who gets it? It's not Bijan. It's Drake London. Well, there we go. Two receivers to the left. Tight end on the right and left as well. Stroud under center. It's going to be play action here. Stroud gets it tipped, and there's a flag. They're going to get a holding on Kwity Paye for holding the tight end from going on his route. That's so stupid. Tui Muluwau that's actually going to get hit with that. That's so lame. First down and 10 at the 34 of the Texans. It's going to be another play action. And again, another slant for Hutchinson, who's wide open. Burns past Bynum and finally gets pushed out around the 25-yard line. A gain of at least 40. That annoys me so much that works. Like, that works so well, and I absolutely freaking hate it. Blackman gets burned, and then Bynum's not in the right spot either. And Nico Collins is not playing in the game today. Texans are going to keep him fresh as Marks gets to the 26-yard line. Gain of at least 6. It's to the 27. So it's second down and 4. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Tight end on the left. It's going to be a play action here. Stroud has room out to his right. He's rolling and gets pushed out by Mekhi Blackman close to a first down. They're going to spot him just shy of a first down. Third down and 1. Three tight ends in. This is definitely going to be a run up the gut. And it is going to be a run up the gut. And I think he did get it. Helmet came off there. From the center, I think. But Marks does get enough for the first down. Just follows behind his guy and gets enough for a yard. It's going to be another run, and there's a flag thrown right away. Marks is brought down at the 20 or at the 16-yard line. That would be a gain of 6. But there is a flag that was thrown right away. It's either an offsides or it's a illegal shift. Offside on the defense, so it doesn't matter. 5-yard penalty, and it'll be a first down. I guess. Yeah, because neither one of these teams is playing disciplined football. It's going to be another run here for Jawar Jordan, who gets a first down. There is a flag thrown again. And Kenny saying it's going to be a hold. Saquon Canty, what's up, man? Holding on the offense. This is the most Colts shit I've ever seen all year. We lose every meaningful game in the past 5 weeks, only to lead the Texans in the most meaningless game of the year. Yeah, but who knows? We'll probably lose it anyway. Jags got a touchdown. They lead 14-7 over Tennessee. Jags obviously clinched the AFC South with a win or tie. And or Houston loss/tie. So that's a 5-yard penalty for Houston there. It'll be first down and 15 now. As the ball is at the 26-yard line. It's going to be a quick pass, and it looked like it was tipped at the line, but it's incomplete. Thrown behind, or ends up behind his intended wide receiver. So it's incomplete. Yeah, K-Dog, to be completely honest with you. I think that's the 8th or 9th flag thrown in this game so far. Two receivers to the left, one to the right, tight end on the right. And Marks gets a good run, gets brought down at the 17. That's a gain of 10. Yeah, for real. 3rd down and 5. Two receivers to the left, one to the right, tight end on the left. It's going to be another run for Marks, and he gets a first down, gets 6. Gets to the 11. Go figure, right? Woody Marks, who has had to step in this year with Joe Mixon being out all year. Play action here for Stroud. Stroud looking and finds his guy, and it's a touchdown. That's Higgins. Does he get both feet? Yeah, he does. Yeah, clearly. Second straight game with a reception touchdown this year for Higgins. That's his 6th of the year. As that extra point sneaks in. So it'd be 13-10 lead Houston over the Colts. No, he didn't miss that, Boris. He didn't miss it. Yeah, Cam Ward's out for the rest of the game now. How many years do we have with Gardner? I think we have 3 years after this year. Thank you to everybody that's tuning in. Please be sure to like the stream. Helps the algorithm, helps to get out to more people. Be sure to comment in the comment sections. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And again, this stream is presented by FanDuel. Kick is away, caught right at the goal line, and Amir Abdullah is going to return it and gets to close to the 30-yard line. I get why he didn't want to potentially kneel that one, because he kind of caught it very close to the goal line. So here we go. 3 receivers to the right, tight end on the left. Ball's at the 29. Leonard going to run a quick screen to Downs, but he is brought down for a loss of 5 immediately by Kayvon Wallace, who was playing man on Downs the whole way and just went straight for Downs. Riley Leonard should have just given that ball to DJ Giddens, but not a good decision there. The RPO here. Leonard loses it, and Leonard loses the football, and it's picked up by the Texans at the 1. Riley Leonard saying he threw it, but I don't think he did. They're going to take a look at this, but the Texans might have just gotten the ball at the 1. Leonard went to throw it and lost the football because he was under pressure. He went to pump fake and bring it back, but the ball went backwards. He was hit in the arm. I couldn't tell who. It might have been Danielle Hunter. And they're saying it is going to be Texans ball, but it sure looks like it. Leonard jumped up in the air. Just a very, just not good ball protection. He decided at the last second he was going to try to bring it back in, but and the ball is at the 2-yard line. CJ Stroud keeps it himself and gets the rushing touchdown because, of course, why not? And the Houston Texans score quickly and it is now a 10-point ball game. No, I mean, it doesn't matter if your arm is going forward. If the ball doesn't go forward, then it doesn't count. Do you guys not understand? Some of you not understand the rule? Just because you do this doesn't mean that that's a forward pass. The ball went down. It went down and backwards. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're in a throwing motion. He was bringing it back in and lost the football. That is not a forward pass. It's not I'm telling you that is not the case. It doesn't matter. If he's not actively throwing the football forward and that ball doesn't leave his hand going forward, that is not a forward pass. That is a fumble. The ball went backwards because he went like this, tried to bring it back in, and the ball went backwards. That is a fumble. It is a fumble. No, you're wrong, dude. You're completely wrong. Go re-look it up. I promise you you're wrong. I promise you. I heard Blue wants to be traded to a new team. It was a fumble. I don't know what else to tell you guys. See how the Colts offense responds to this. If Lou somehow gets a head coaching job, who do you think will become the new DC? I have no idea, dude. And that will be caught deep into the end zone, so Doolin will kneel that one. See what the Colts offense does here. Receiver on the left, 2 on the right, tight end on the right, Leonard under center, and Giddens, the rookie running back who hasn't really gotten any carries this year, gets a carry here for a gain of 2. Two receivers to the left, 1 to the right, tight end on the left. It's going to be another run here for Giddens, who gets another 2 yards before being brought down by Will Anderson Jr. from behind. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, tight end on the left. 3rd down and 7. Leonard fires, and it's incomplete. Michael Pittman had it in his hands and then dropped it, didn't corral it in. Leonard puts that on Michael Pittman perfectly, and Pittman loses it trying to bring it into his body. King vibes, yes, it would be crazy to say that we would lose to a college team. We wouldn't lose to a college team, I promise you. Oh, wow. And Doolin hits him right as he caught it, but flags are thrown late. How? Did he? Was there a fair catch? Was there a fair catch? I didn't see one, but maybe he did. I guess kick catch interference. Was there a did he call for a fair catch? Oh, I've already said, guys, that Pittman needs to be traded this year. There's you can't keep Pittman around doing what he's doing, man. You just can't. Hi, Cold Blue. Do you want to be traded? Do you want to be traded? Traded to a winning football team? Support a winning football team? Huh? This is the best part of my day. This guy right here. This is my favorite part of the day. What's up, buddy? Huh? Say, guys, we're not trading Colt Blue, okay? We're not trading him. We're going to keep him around for a while. But, Dog would make a better GM than Ballard. I feel that, man. And now he's just chilling. You're just big chilling, aren't you? Missing Cava today? Yeah, where's Cava at, man? Well, let's see what happens here. The Colts get the stop at the line of scrimmage there. Tackle was made by Ebukam and somebody else couldn't tell. But, yeah, so far, 4 drives for the Houston Texans, and all have been scores. 2 field goals to start, a touchdown, and then obviously another touchdown where Leonard gave it up to them at the 2. 2nd down and 10. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Tight end on the left. Stroud has time. Stroud fires, and it's caught. Nick Cross immediately on the tackle, but Schultz gets 12, and it's a first down. Trade the BTJ podcast for Mendoza. What the heck, man? Why are you bringing me into this? It's going to be a run here for the Texans and brought down at the 50. Actually at the 49 of Indy. So that'll be a gain of 3 there for Marks. Five minutes left in this second quarter. And it's going to be another run here for Marks, who gets the first down, breaks a couple of tackles, and gets 8 and a first down. Victor Von Dooman here with another $5 super chat. This game should show Carly that Ballard and Steichen need to go. Horribly coached, penalties, and mismatched on personnel. Yeah, I mean, no doubt that, we just never seem to be the team in control. Two receivers to the left, one to the right, tight end on the right. Stroud rolling to his right. He's just going to dump it to his tight end. Looks like he caught it, but Franklin and Cross tackle him immediately. Gain of maybe a yard, maybe. Yeah, I hate that our defense just always looks trash too, man. I know we've had some really bad defenses. We've had some bad defensive stuff, and obviously we're missing a lot of players in our cornerback room. But, I mean, this defense is just bad, man. Linebackers are bad. Our defensive line is bad. Oh, they're saying it was an incomplete pass. So they're fixing the time clock. Okay. Two receivers to the left, one to the right. Tight end on the right. Stroud in the shotgun. Ball's at the 41 of Indy. Stroud firing and just over the head of Hutchinson. Couldn't quite bring it in. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Shotgun again for Stroud. Be third down and 10 now. Colts dropping a bunch of guys back. Bynum almost got there. Stroud looking, fires, incomplete. Tried to get it to Higgins, but it was contested heavily by Jalen Jones. And it looks like the Texans will have to punt. Downs, fair catch at the 8-yard line. Yay, we forced a punt. Yep, their 5th offensive drive this half, and it's the first one they don't score. Hey, Charles, I'm doing good, man. Thank you for asking. I'm actually starting to get a little hungry again, but I shouldn't probably eat. Again, shout out to FanDuel. This stream is presented by them. First down and 10 at the 8-yard line. Leonard under center, receiver on the right and left, 2 tight ends on the right. Going to be another run here for Jonathan Taylor, who gets to close to the 15. It's a gain of at least 6. The best run by Jonathan Taylor so far in this game. First run of more than 3 yards. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you always being in here and helping me out, man. It's going to be another toss here for Jonathan Taylor. And does get 4, enough for a first down. I don't think we're losing JT in the offseason, man. We're not trading him. Even if it's Ballard or another GM, I don't think JT gets traded. Play action here. Leonard steps up, gets hit as he throws. Caught by Josh Downs. He's wide open and brought down at the 49. Huge play there for the Indianapolis Colts. Riley Leonard, who was getting pressured by Will Anderson out on the edge. Great job by Mo to seal it off, and great throw while being hit. And a great catch by Josh Downs, too. Yeah, we have him at a discount. We're not trading him. Yeah, we're not. 2-minute warning, and the Colts are at midfield. Man. Hi, buddy. Yeah, I'm tired too. Big stretch. Yeah. No, we're not trading Q. Do not trade Q. Trade Pittman all you want, but yeah, Zaire has to be gone. Yeah, I think our team doctors and training staff don't do a great enough job. Hey, don't talk shit about my talent or about my Falcons, bro. Don't do that. Don't be talking smack like that. I missed you, buddy. Missed you. Here we go. 2-minute warning. 49 at Indy's 49-yard line. Play action. Leonard stepping up. Leonard fires deep again, and there's a pass interference. There's something that's going to get called here against the Texans. There was a flag thrown at the bottom of the route. It'll likely be something on the Texans. Pass interference on the Texans. So first down there for, because Alec had him beat. He 100% grabbed him. So yeah, exactly. You don't get rid of Big Q. He's the best at what he does. Ball's at the 21-yard line. Be another play action. Leonard is just going to throw it at the feet of Molly Cox because that was well covered. Guys, you're likely going to lose Braden Smith this year. So I wouldn't even worry about it. Just like you're able to afford Quentin Nelson right now. There's plenty of teams that win that end up having good stuff, good offensive linemen. Catch by Michael Pittman, brought down at the 5-yard line. Pittman holds on to that one. And first down and goal for the Colts. Pittman finally keeps a hold of that one. Brought down by Wallace. But a timeout is called by the Houston Texans. They want to have a chance to score before halftime. The Colts will get the ball to start the second half. Daniel Jones had completed 68% of his passes, had over 3,000 yards receiving, had 24 total touchdowns, and only 8 interceptions on the year. Was definitely having a good season for the Indianapolis Colts before going down with his injury. Downs goes in motion. Shotgun here. It's going to be a handoff to JT, and JT loses 4. Will Anderson Jr. comes in unblocked, and it is a huge loss. I don't know who misses him here. There was supposed to be a pull block by Tyler Warren, and Warren just doesn't get there, and Anderson just blows that play up. Texans have 1 timeout remaining. Yeah, Downs literally said, nah, I ain't doing that. Second down and goal at the 9. 3 receivers to the left, tight end on the right. Leonard under center. Pittman's now going to motion right. Play action again. Leonard stepping up. Leonard fires! Oh, it's off the hands of Pittman! Pittman had to die for it, but man, he could have had that. That hit him in the hands, dude. You got to come down with that. That should have been catchable. Oh, man. That was a good throw by Riley Leonard. He just couldn't do it. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun again. Leonard fires to the right. Touchdown, Alec Pierce! Just hits him on a corner route on the right side. And the second touchdown from Leonard to Pierce in this game. He's got Stingley Jr. out there on the edge, and Stingley just couldn't hold on to it. And Phillip Rivers definitely approves. Second reception touchdown of the day for Alec Pierce. And again, Riley Leonard, certainly some mistakes out there, but Riley Leonard playing the best that he can against the number 1 defense in the Houston Texans. Riley Leonard, 8 of 13 for 133 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, what's crazy is you look at Leonard, right? And, you know, for most of the games with Rivers, as this one will be caught at the 4 and is finally brought down at around the 25. a lot of Phillip Rivers' games end with him only having like 150, 160 passing yards. So, but that's the difference, right? Leonard is able to push that ball down the field a little bit, complete those passes that Phillip Rivers just simply cannot. Two receivers to the right, one to the left, tight end on the left. Ball's at the 30. Stroud under pressure, has to get rid of it, and he's brought down in the backfield by Adebawari. He got it off to Marks on the late screen pass at the last second, but Adetomiwa picked it up, and the Texans are going to have to hurry. They only have one timeout after the loss of 3. Stroud fires, and there's a flag thrown. I don't think it was caught, but either way, it's going to be pass interference on the Colts. Never mind. They're saying it was a catch either way. Mekhi Blackman. How in the world does he catch this? There's no way. How's that a catch? No. Do not. You got to challenge that. Can you not challenge that? That's not a catch. Hold on. That's not a catch. Hold on. Okay, hold on. They're challenging this or checking it. No, they're not. They're saying it is going to be a first down. There's no way. That's not a catch. That's not a catch. I don't care if it's inside 2 minutes. Somebody has to watch that. The refs have to look at it. They can look at it. Refs can look at it. That is not a catch. They have to look at that. The penalty is fine. You're going to get a penalty either way, but that is not a catch. I understand they called DPI, but that's not where they gave him the first down at originally. They said it was a catch at first. Ball's at the 48 of the Texans. Colts bringing 5. Stroud in the middle of the field, and Hutchinson catches it, brought down at the 29. Texans hurrying up. It was a gain of 31. 22, actually. Stroud just going to dump it to Marks, who's brought down right away by Bynum at the 27. And a timeout is called. Stroud going to dump it right away to Hutchinson. Gets close to a first down. Gets pushed out just shy of a first down. Jalen Jones on the coverage. Marks gets the first down, brought down at the 17. Texans have to hurry up. And they spike it with 15 seconds left. Texans have no timeouts. I'm going to assume that the Texans are going to try to they're either going to try to get a couple more yards here or going for the end zone. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Colts bringing 8 back towards their end zone. Stroud is going to go for it. He has the time. He's going to roll out to his right, and he's going to catch. They're going to give him the catch. No, incomplete. Did not get his feet in. 7 seconds left. So that's incomplete. And it's probably going to be a field goal here. Yeah, the foot was that it did look like the foot went out of bounds. The Texans offense is staying out there. They have 6 more seconds. Excuse me. Just going to dump it to the wide receiver, Hutchinson, who does get 6 and gets out of bounds. So now Houston will kick a field goal, which will be about a 29-yarder from here. And Fairbairn's kick is up and good. So it'll be 23-17, Houston over Indianapolis in the first half. Well, I'll tell you what, if you hit the over on FanDuel right now, you are very happy because that over-under, I think, was at 39.5 in the game. And we're at 40 points in this first half. And on top of it, I think the spread was 10.5. So right now the Colts are within that spread if you did that as well on FanDuel. But yeah, it has certainly been a interesting first half, that's for sure. Hopefully Cody will come on and join me. There he is. Let's bring him in here. There he is.
What's going on?
What's going on, brother? Well, obviously it is 17-23 at halftime. I was telling the chat, this has been an interesting first half from both sides because the over-under on the game, Cody, was at 39.5.
Yeah.
So the Colts and Texans have already eclipsed that number in the first half. I mean, this has been an offensive first half from both teams here. What has stood out to you so far?
Yeah, we'll start with the positives. I think Riley Leonard, for all the stuff we knew going into this game, going against the number 1 defense in the NFL, like all that stuff, I think Riley Leonard has played commendable so far. I mean, yeah, the turnover, the sack, not great. But, Derek, when you look at Riley Leonard's stats, I mean, it's not bad. 8 of 13, 133 yards, 2 touchdowns. Your receivers, especially Michael Pittman Jr., has not helped you out much today. Alec Pierce, again, very impressive day for Pierce, Derek.
Mm-hmm.
He he's approaching 1,000 yards on the season, which would be his first career mark. He has about 80 yards right now. I think he needs about 40 or 50 more to get to that mark. So right there, Alec Pierce, 2 touchdowns today. He is by far, Derek, this year he's been the best receiver on this team. I mean, bar none, especially down this stretch. He's been phenomenal. I mean, he has to be your top priority this offseason, Derek, to re-sign. I mean, every single time, it doesn't matter who the quarterback is, Alec Pierce comes to play. And he can't, you can't say the same about Michael Pittman Jr. And frankly, Derek, I know you made a video yesterday. I think it's time to either significantly cut his contract, like significant, or just straight up get rid of him, like trade him away and go draft a receiver. But all that to say, Michael Pittman Jr. has absolutely, as the season's gone along, he has just been a disappointment. For the amount of money you're paying him, I know it's not top 10 receiver money, but you expect more from him.
Right.
That's my impression there. Haven't been able to really run the football today. You haven't really, I mean, Jonathan Taylor's averaging 1.5 yards per carry. It's not happening.
I mean, his best rush was 6 yards. So, I mean, there's that. And, we kind of expected that, they're obviously the Texans don't have much regard for, Riley Leonard's, play anyway, but, I mean, no doubt that when it comes to, the offense, I mean, obviously, all things considered, Leonard's doing a great job. Like you said, that one mistake he had, you can't do that. You have to be smarter than that. But for all intents and purposes, though, making big throws, making big time throws. I mean, a lot of the incompletions that he had in that first half, I mean, were honestly drops. A couple of them by Pittman. So, I mean, honestly, the numbers should be even better. No doubt. And I mean, what he's been able to do in amidst just getting hit a bunch. And
his first career start on the road, like all those things considered, Derek, like I've liked what I've seen from Riley Leonard. Like you said, he's been pretty accurate all day long. We know he's got the big arm. We know he's got the athleticism. We saw that all on display at his time at Notre Dame, but it was just a lot of question on the accuracy and some of that kind of stuff, right? And so far, it's been fairly good.
And what we saw is Cody, you've seen several of the games with Phillip Rivers where he's had to, like, his total numbers. I mean, sometimes Rivers would finish a game with like 150 or 160 yards. Yeah. Leonard has that in the first half already. Right. Because Leonard's able to actually push the ball down the field a little bit versus Phillip Rivers not being able to. Yeah. So that helps.
Yeah. It does. It does. And in kind of the weird situation you're going to find yourself at quarterback this year, Derek, this next year, it's kind of like something where if you do bring back Daniel Jones, you still feel like, okay, you could give Riley Leonard an entire offseason to kind of be the guy. What kind of leap could he take? I don't know. Like, so you feel a little bit encouraged, like he showed you some positive things, at least so far. We'll see how the second half goes. But it's encouraging enough to make you think, okay, like this is a young kid. Like, who knows what he can become, which is definately good. But, yeah.
At least I like the idea of him being the backup for sure.
Right. I mean, and maybe he needs to start the season off or whatever. Like, okay. But anyway, let's get into, I will talk about the defense. Derek, I mean, this is just kind of what we expected from this defense. It's been miserable the last number of weeks. Frankly, Derek, I think you need to just completely redo your entire front seven. Like, I think it's the worst in football. Like, you can't get pressure. Your linebackers can't cover or tackle. I just think it's time for a complete reset on that side of the ball. I think you build around your secondary. I know there's a lot of guys injured right now in your secondary, but I think you build around your secondary and kind of redo the entirety of your front at this point.
I mean, obviously, no doubt that you're missing a bunch of pieces in that secondary, Cody. No question about it. You know, when you're missing Ward and you're missing Sauce Gardner, I mean, you're missing 2 very good players in that secondary. But you're right. The problem is it's not really the secondary that's the problem. Because, I mean, Jalen Jones has had a couple of good plays. Cameron Mitchell on the first drive had a couple really good plays. The issue mainly is, you're right, your front seven. You're getting absolutely no pressure on CJ Stroud unless you're bringing the blitz. and you're not stopping the run at a relatively good pace, and your linebackers can't cover in coverage.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just don't have what it takes in your front seven to be able to complement your secondary. Because, again, the secondary's not been great, but the secondary is not the biggest issue, even with all the injuries.
I say at least you have some sort of excuse for why the secondary has, if it hasn't played well, you're like, well, literally, like, you're one guy that started last year, and he hasn't even started the majority of the year out there, and you have Kenny Moore, obviously, too. But Derek, I mean, we're going to get into this obviously later, after this season and stuff. But I think, Derek, it's time for you to, especially on defense, get off some of those bigger contracts.
Yeah.
And really, honestly, emphasize like that front seven, like we said. Like, you've got to figure out a way to get some guys that are going to give you some production out there. In that, and so that might mean moving off, guys like, obviously a lot of people will be fine with Zaire Franklin, but maybe even a guy like Kenny Moore. You drafted Justin Whaley for a reason, and you're going to be paying 3 corners that amount of money. It might be the decision you have to make, right? So there's a lot there, but yeah, I think there's definitely some players who are comfortable, who obviously don't feel the tension, and you kind of see the result there. So it is what it is, though, man. I'm very curious how this defense gets maybe blown up in certain ways, maybe retooled in certain ways. It's going to be very fascinating.
Yeah, definitely. Unless you obviously run it back with Chris Ballard, which it sure sounds like, if you ask every single person in the national media, that is going to be the case.
It's funny because I feel like I saw people say they think it's the case, but then they're like, we don't actually know, though. So it's kind of just speculation. So you never truly know. But even if it is Chris Ballard, I don't know how you can run out there with the same, especially the front seven, in general. I don't know how you can run out there with that. I just don't know. It's been bad all year.
Yeah. The sad reality of the fact is that that's what fans are thinking, right? Is if you bring Ballard back, they're just going to want to rerun it back with this unit and then just maybe make a tweak or so and then just move on, but the problem is that you just have way too many guys on this defense that are taking up too much money that are just not giving you the production that you need.
I mean, that's the problem, right? You paid all these guys and they're not showing up for you. Michael Pittman, you paid him. He's not showing up for you. Zaire Franklin, you paid him. He's not showing up for you. Kenny Moore, you paid him the amount of money you paid him. He really hasn't been a factor this year much. Like, that's just 3 guys right there off the bat. Kwity Paye, you picked up that 5th-year option. He has literally done nothing for you in the pass rush department this year. So, like, the guys that you're paying and the guys you've invested a lot of capital into, whether financially, draft pick-wise, or both, there's a lot of guys that aren't living up to that, Derek, and that's a problem.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we'll see how it goes. Obviously, we're still trying to see about this game.
We'll see.
Obviously, we got a second half here. What do you think that the Colts need to do to be able to try to finish this season in the win column and not have a 7th straight loss?
Well, I think you got to, like we said, somehow figure out a way to get some pressure. You need, I think if there's 2 guys that can get pressure, we've seen it. Leatu Latu, obviously, and then Adetomiwa Adebawore is getting some pressure. Like, those are the 2 guys I think that you need to have strong second halves. You got to figure out a way to create a turnover. You haven't been able to get like a single stop, I don't think, Derek.
They got one stop. They got one stop in that half.
Yeah, so you got to figure out a way to get off the field. I mean, there's been multiple 3rd downs you've just given up. Defensively. Offensively, Derek, I think you do something. You just protect Riley Leonard and let him keep slinging it at this point. I mean, he's been doing a great job. Let him sling it there. And, if he does what he does in the second half, what he did in the first half, I mean, that's 260 plus passing yards. So that's a pretty good day and 4 touchdowns. So if you protect Riley Leonard, let him do what he's doing, and maybe you start opening up and get a rushing game going, that would definitely help him out there. I think if you can do those things, you have a good chance here. I mean, Derek, the Colts have played pretty much every team tough this year. I think if there's a positive you want to take out of this season, even though the losses have kept coming, is the Colts have played tough and hung strong with teams like this, where you're like, I kind of was wondering if they're going to go get blown out today. but they haven't, so that's good.
Well, yeah, they literally said that if the Indianapolis Colts if one possession games were overturned and changed this year, then the Indianapolis Colts would legitimately be 13-3 going into the final week of the season.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the Colts are playing hard against most of these teams, but they just never find a way to win the football game.
Right. Are
you staying for this second half, or are you leaving?
I kind of want to take a nap. I just drove like 20 hours from Florida.
I feel that. I absolutely feel that. You go take a nap and just wake up at like 4 or something and come do this recap with me.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, I'll let you go.
All right, peace.
All right, there you go, guys. Yeah, that man did get back from vacation just a little bit ago. I don't feel hate towards that at all, man. That makes sense. This will be kicked out into the end zone here. I might have to change the game clock here, but we'll check that here in a second. Oh, excuse me. Colts are 2-5 this season when trailing at halftime. So I'll change the game clock if it doesn't reset, guys. 3 tight ends out here. Leonard under center. 1 receiver out to the left. It's going to be play action. Tries to get it to Warren, but only gets he doesn't even get a yard. Texans reading that the whole way. Ball still at the 35. Play action once again. Leonard just going to dump it to JT, who gets forward, breaks 1 tackle, gets 11. Exactly. People care way too much about who wants to come to a team that doesn't have first rounders. Like, there are only 32 of these jobs in the NFL. Believe me, a lot of people want a job as a GM. Okay. And if it opens up, they will. How are you a Colts fan that lives in Ohio? What do you mean? I only live about 2.5 hours away from Indy. Another play action here. Leonard stepping up. Leonard fires. Alec Pierce brought down at the 1. Alec Pierce and Riley Leonard again. The 3rd big catch of the game from Alec Pierce and Riley Leonard. I mean, they are just losing Alec Pierce in the back of that secondary all the time, and Leonard's going to carry it himself, and Leonard breaks the tackle, and it's a touchdown! Colts will take the lead! Riley Leonard, in his first career start, is impressing, that is for sure. Breaks the tackle out on the edge off of Stingley. Riley Leonard's family absolutely loving it. Leonard having himself a game, man. His 3rd touchdown of the game. Riley Leonard. That's crazy, man. Riley Leonard, man. Talk about a freaking guy that is just out here balling right now. Right now, Colts only 2.5-point underdogs. They're keeping it close over on FanDuel right now. Leonard, 11 of 16 for nearly 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 150 quarterback rating. And Alec Pierce, 4 catches for 132 yards and 2 touchdowns. Having himself a game, man. Man. I'm telling you what, man, the price on Alec Pierce is just still going up, dude. I respect the hell out of Leonard for what he's doing right now. I mean, it's insane. Alec Pierce, 1,003 reception yards. So Alec Pierce, his first 1,000-yard receiving season. Now his 4th season in the National Football League, and he finally hits 1,000 yards. Talk about a kid that is just so good at what he does. Group's kick is away. This one bounces, caught at the 2. And he will find, or no, he breaks tackles, breaks through. Group hits him, but he still stays up and gets pushed out at the 47-yard line of Indianapolis. So a great kick by Group, but not a good job by the special teams unit, and got a great return out of that. Davis Mills now out at quarterback. Why no CJ Stroud? Is he hurt, or Marks gets brought down at the 48-yard line? The ball was starting at the 45. Chat, let me know. Is CJ hurt, or is it or is that just a preference? Again, I know why. Because the Jags are I know why, because the Jags are up so much. Yeah, no doubt. You guys are right. Yep. That came to me right as you guys were saying it, as Marks gets killed right at the line by everybody. Yeah, the Jags are steamrolling the Tennessee Titans, so no point in playing CJ if your win just doesn't matter. You're still going to keep the seeding, so. Third down and 7. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Mills in the shotgun with the running back. Mills has time, just going to dump it to his running back, and it's incomplete. And that'll be another punt for the Houston Texans. Colts going after the punt. Couldn't quite get there. And it's caught at the 9. Downs didn't call a fair catch. Gets to the 21 before finally being brought down. And the Colts offense back out on the field. Yeah, dude, Pierce is legit, man. Here we go. Colts. Ball's at the 22. Receiver to the right and left. 2 tight ends on the right. Play action once again. Leonard firing deep, and he throws it. Oh, it bounces off of Kayvon Wallace's face mask. It was a miscommunication between Leonard and Doolin, and he threw a really bad pass, and Kayvon Wallace tried to bear hug the ball and cup it rather than catching it with his hands, and it bounced right off of his face mask. Whew, so the Colts survive a scare there. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, tight end on the right. It's going to be a play action again, and fired to Pierce, but Pierce drops it. Would have been a gain of 6, but Pierce tried to run with it before gripping onto the ball. 3rd down and 10 now. Three receivers to the left, one to the right. Another pass here. Leonard looking, just going to dump it to Warren. Warren couldn't break the tackle, gets brought down at the 28. It's a gain of 6, but not enough for a first down. The Colts will have to punt. Marcus, I wholeheartedly disagree that, I mean, as far as Riley goes, you don't have anything to gain by playing Riley. Maybe AR, maybe, but that's it. As he gets brought down and Davis Mills will come back out. Look, here's the problem, right? Riley Leonard is looking good in this situation now. This is one small sample size. This is a half of a one game sample size that Riley Leonard, for the most part, has looked good. There's still been 2 or 3 really bad throws in that first half where you're just like, dude, you can't make that. You can't do that. He just about threw an interception that was clearly on him. Clearly the fumble that he had earlier, that's on him for sure. So, I mean, again, you know, it comes down to making those simple mistakes, right? And obviously you'll never learn if you don't play. I get that. But the thing is trying to say, can you, are you saying that you can't, are you saying that you can't figure that out unless you see it happen? I mean, we're seeing it happen. And Riley Leonard is a 6th-round draft pick that has some good attributes, but is the mental aspect of the game there? Is the ability to dissect defenses there? No, I don't think it's all the way there yet. And that's the problem, is I don't know if it will ever get there. And as far as the whole Anthony Richardson things goes, we've been saying the same thing for a long time. Is Anthony Richardson actually able to read a defense? Is Anthony Richardson actually going to be able to make the throws that need to be made at specific times? Right? I don't necessarily think that either one of those quarterbacks is necessarily the answer. The reason why you would rather go with Daniel Jones over both of them is because, again, Daniel Jones, most of the time, knows to make the right throws at the right times at certain places. Most of the time. But still, though, yeah, he helped Notre Dame get to a national championship. He didn't take Notre Dame to a national championship. Notre Dame had a top 5 defense, had a good offensive line. Riley Leonard was a good quarterback in college, but that's about the extent of it. Ooh, Davis Mills under pressure and runs, gets the first down after a gain of 12. Yeah, Marcus, your logic is crazy too if you think that one half of a game carving up one defense is actually going to prove anything. There's plenty of backup quarterbacks in the entire history of football that have had semi-solid halves of football. So, I mean, honestly, it's kind of crazy that you're bringing that up. And Ebukam is just getting up. He is injured. Hopefully nothing too serious. Ebukam, who has had a plethora of injuries happen. Yeah, true that. Ball's at the 41 of Houston. And a good run here, brought down finally at the 39 of Indy. Colts defense just can't tackle, man. I mean, our defense is just Swiss cheese, dude. Can never stop anyone. That's Jonathan Edwards, says 35. Mills going to hand this one off again. And another decent run here, brought down at the 32. It's a gain of 7. Houston with nearly 100 rushing yards on the day. Colts with only 22. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tight end on the right. It's going to be another run here and gets brought down after a gain of 4 and a first down. Stroud's not playing because Jacksonville is blowing out Tennessee, and there's no point in playing Stroud if this win doesn't matter. Justin Woods with a $5 super chat. Adam, so I love that you won't spell his name correctly. Reported that Chris Ballard's job is safe. Well, he can report that. He's not 100% authoritative on that. Schefter has been wrong on a couple things before, as the Texans get to the 30 or 25 for a gain of 3. But anyways, yeah, we won't know for definitively until Carly Ursay and the girls come out with it. But anyways, I'd like to think he's going to keep his job, but never know. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right, tight end on the right. It's going to be a quick pass, and it's incomplete, almost intercepted. But Davis Mills threw a very hot pass to Hutchinson, who couldn't bring it in. It was actually Higgins, the intended target. I'll get to that in a second. Mills, 3rd down, 7. Hit as he threw, and it's incomplete. Thrown out of bounds. But Houston is close enough for a field goal attempt. Snipes with the $5 super chat. You said Pierce will get $20 million per year, but I think he'll get north of $25 million. No, I don't think he'll get north of $25 million. I think he could get Michael Pittman money. But I do not believe he will get, I don't know if he'd get over $25 million. Bear Baron here with a 43-yarder, and that one sneaks in, and that one is good. So Houston will retake the lead midway through the 3rd quarter. But anyways, but yeah, as far as like that number, it all depends on what the market's going to look like. And it all depends on, is a team willing to give him that kind of money to do that? Right. I mean, obviously Alec Pierce with bad quarterback play has shown He's able to hit 1,000 yards. He's able to lead the league in yards per reception, right? He's the ultimate deep threat wide receiver. Is that worth $25+ million? Maybe, maybe not. It just all depends. Marcus, listen, at the end of the day, the Colts have nothing. They have nothing. If we bring Daniel Jones back, we got people like you that are saying that there's no point. If we don't bring him back and we just go with Anthony Richardson or Riley Leonard, we have nothing at that point. So the Colts, either way, are screwed. So who cares whether or not it's Daniel Jones for another year or two, or if it's freaking Anthony Richardson or Riley Leonard? Who cares? Who cares? No, we're not going to be contenders next year. We're not contenders now. We're not contenders now. We won't be next year. Because guess what? We don't have a great quarterback. We don't have a great defense. And ultimately, that's the issue we have. We don't have a pass rush. We don't have a good way of stopping the run. Our front seven is trash. Like, we need a rebuild. We need a team we need to actually be able to just be a better football team. We need better guys in better places. We're not giving Daniel Jones $40 million, dude. I hate to tell you that, but I mean, literally, we're not giving Daniel Jones $40 million. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. If Chris Ballard does, then I will personally be on this podcast every single day protesting Ballard and saying he needs to be fired. 30 million is not a terrible number. It's not a terrible number. A little high still, maybe. But still, though. Colts offense back out again. See what they do. Everybody always thinks the 6th or 7th round quarterback can be the next Brock Purdy. It's just not the case. Receiver on each side, 2 tight ends on the right. Ball's at the 35. Jonathan Taylor gets to the 37 before being brought down. Receiver on each side, 2 tight ends on the right again. So it was a gain of 3. Going to hand it off to Jonathan Taylor, who again gets brought down at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there. Three receivers to the left, tight end on the right. Texans showing blitz. They're only bringing 4. Leonard has time. Finds Downs for a first down and more. Brought down at the 39 of Houston. Another great job there. Finds downs. One of the corners fell for Houston. Yeah, that's a great point. What actually happened to our run game? Yeah, it's been so bad. Receiver on each side, tight end on the right, end in the wing position. It's going to be a toss for Goodson. Makes a couple guys miss, gets brought down at the 36-yard line. So it's a gain of 3. Justin Woods, a 6th-round pick being Brock Purdy is just as much of a crap shot as every first pick in the draft being Peyton Manning. Exactly. Nobody knows anything. Odds are, but the odds of it actually happening is crazy. It's very crazy. Leonard, he had Pittman in the middle and incomplete. Again, Riley Leonard had Michael Pittman in the middle, but just didn't throw it to him. Yeah, and again, because Leonard doesn't make the same great decisions that Brock Purdy does. He doesn't have a Kyle Shanahan. He doesn't have the support system around him as everyone, as the San Francisco 49ers do. So, that helps. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Giddens in the shotgun with Leonard. It's going to be another pass. It's going to be a screen pass for Abdullah, actually. Abdullah gets the first down and more, brought down at the 21. And another 3rd down conversion for the Indianapolis Colts. It's just funny just because every backup quarterback that ever has a resemblance of a decent game and everyone thinks they're a starter in the National Football League. It's hilarious. Run of 2 yards, tackle made by Bryant up the middle. Excuse me. Leonard, play action, dumps it to Cox, who gets brought down at the 15. That's a gain of 5. 3rd and short coming up. And there's an injury on the Texans defense there. I can't tell who that is, but somebody in excruciating pain. They're punching the ground. Here we go. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 3rd down and 4. Giddens comes back into the backfield with Leonard. Ball's at the 15. Leonard looks, fires, caught by Tyler Warren, and he's tackled at the 6. Oh, there we go. Myles Garrett has officially broken the sack record in a season. Here we go. Leonard gonna keep this one. Leonard just has to get rid of it. The Texans were not fooled by that at all. And Leonard does the smart thing and just gives it away. Excuse me. Leonard looking a little hobbled with his step. College and the NFL are so far apart, they should be considered different sports. Literally, I mean, it's such a different atmosphere. Second down and goal at the 6-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Leonard, shotgun, fires, and it's over the head of Tyler Warren. Never even gave him a chance. 3rd down and goal. Warren had a chance. It was trying to box him out, but Leonard just threw that ball way over his head. Third down and goal now. Again, if you're the Colts here, you just don't want to turn the ball over. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Leonard looking, fires. Oh, he finds Pierce, but it's incomplete. Pierce wanted a flag, and a flag is thrown late, and they're probably going to get Pierce for talking to the official after. Pierce wanted a flag before the catch, but yeah, they're going to get a personal foul on Pierce. They're still discussing it, which is weird. Yep, unsportsmanlike conduct on Pierce. So it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. That is the lamest unsportsmanlike conduct I've ever seen. Like, Alec Pierce was ejected? And Indy's kick is up and good. That will give them the lead. That's so lame. It's so soft. He bumps him ever so slightly on his shoulder. They're like, oh, he bumped me on the shoulder. Oh, like, so soft. So weak. All they did was just make it 15 yards further for group to have to kick. Caught at the 1. And finally gets brought down at around the 30. Run there, gets brought down to the 39. It's a gain of 8. Yeah, dude, this defense is so bad. Gets brought down, but after a gain of 4. Mills under pressure. Incomplete. Kenny Moore all over Christian Kirk on that intended pass. Jacksonville is just destroying Tennessee 41-7. And a run here gets tackled by Gallimore after a gain of about 3. And now will take us to the end of the third quarter. No, he can't stay on the sidelines. He's ejected. Has to stay out. And of course, yeah, they had to eject the one guy that was actually doing something for the Colts in this game, right? Of course. All right. Let's see what happens here. Mills under pressure, just has to throw it away. Couldn't get through his reads in time. And that'll be a 4th and 7, and Houston will have to punt. That's crazy, Cody. You know what? In all honesty, I don't really believe the PFF stuff, but I could potentially believe that. And that one goes out of bounds right inside the 10. I don't know where they're going to spot him, but a great punt there nonetheless. But the Colts offense coming back out now, and who knows what it's going to look like now with no Alec Pierce, who has been the easy number 1 wide receiver in this game. Phillip Rivers' teams have reached the state semifinals the last 2 seasons. That's cool. 2 tight end set here. It's going to be a run for Giddens. Breaks 1 tackle, gets brought down at the 17, a gain of 9. What is Phillip looking at? Phillip just looks angry at something. I can't tell. Well, JT's probably not playing much right now because there's no point. It's going to be another run here for Giddens, who gets enough for the first. Gets brought down after a gain of at least 2. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Please be sure to like the stream, comment, and subscribe. The final game of the season for the Indianapolis Colts. And the Colts with the lead. 2 receivers to the right, 2 tight ends on the left. Just inside the 20. Mo Cox will motion right. We play action. Leonard rolling to his right. Leonard just has to fire it, and incomplete. Intended for Doolin. He was out of bounds. Of course, Brad. Thank you. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tight end on the left. 2nd down and 10. Leonard is going to fire. Finds Downs. Downs gets brought down after a gain of 5. Close to 5. Go Blue over there just taking a nap. 4 receivers to the left, tight end on the right. Now Giddens is going to motion back into the backfield with Leonard. 3rd down and 6. Leonard stepping up. Leonard gets hit as he threw it. It's incomplete, or it's intercepted. Leonard got hit as he threw it, and the ball didn't reach it, and it's intercepted. I think he might have been trying to go for Pittman, but that ball got tipped, or he got hit as he threw, and it ended up being intercepted. It's the second turnover today. Ball's at the 33 of Indy. It's going to be a run here for the running back. Gets brought down at the 31, so there's a gain of 2 by Ebukam and Pratt. Mills fires, incomplete, over the head of Hutchinson. Tried to bring that in, but Mills just not putting it where it needs to be. Cody. 12 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Going back and forth here. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Ball's at the 31 of the Texans, or of Indy. Mills, under pressure, fires, gets it to the running back, but he is short of a first down, 3 yards shy. Got to imagine the Texans will take the field goal here. And that kick is up and it is through. So Houston retakes the lead. Still got a chance to win this one. What's up, buddy? How you getting up? What you want? Do you want something to eat or drink? Honestly, that's fine. I'll let you out in a minute, okay? I'll let you out in a minute, okay? Well, you guys have IU. I don't have IU. I had the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes lost to me for me, so that my season sucks now. My season ended like almost. My season ended last week, or before the weekend even started. Right. So, here we go. Still 11 minutes left in this fourth quarter. What will the Colts do? This kick is out of the back of the end zone. So Colts will get good field position here to start. Yeah, Ohio State didn't play good offensively. Mainly it just came down to the fact that I think for the most part, our OC taking a head coaching job somewhere in the middle of a season or near the end of the season really hurt us. I think it hurt the momentum. But here we go. Two receivers to the right, one to the left, tight end on the left. Downs on motion left now. It's going to be a handoff to Jonathan Taylor, but there's just nothing for Taylor. Gets maybe a yard. Taylor is in the game now. Why all of a sudden? Well, Green Ninja really didn't have a choice. I mean, he didn't really have a choice. Heartline was too busy focusing on other things rather than focusing on his responsibilities at Ohio State. So he kind of had to take over. And a blown up play, and there's a flag, and it's probably going to be an offsides. Derek, just out of curiosity, does your channel do worse when the Colts suck? Yeah, offsides by the defense. No, like when in 2022, 2023, that season, that was one of our better viewership years. We need to either be really good or really bad. If we're one of those two, we do pretty good. But it's seasons like this at times when we're right in the middle. That's where it gets bad, you know? Two receivers to the left, three to the left, tight end on the right. Be a run for Jonathan Taylor, who gets a yard off of the halfback draw. I don't know why they're playing Jonathan Taylor now. They didn't play him to start the second half, and then all of a sudden now they're playing him? I don't get it. Third down and 3. Be another run for Jonathan Taylor, and Taylor gets to the 50-yard line. That's a gain of 7 and a first down. Best run of the day from Jonathan Taylor there. Yeah, I don't know why Shane Steichen's still running JT, but I think I know why, but okay, I mean, Mo Alley Cox didn't even try to block Barnett. Two receivers to the left, one to the right, tight end on the right, second down and 12. Leonard Back to fire. It's just going to hit Abdullah. Breaks one tackle. Makes another guy miss. Brought down at the 40, close to the 43-yard line. So it makes it third and manageable. I mean, guys, yeah, these the run blocking has just been phenomenally bad. Really bad. We play action. Leonard stepping up. Leonard tries to get around it. He gets past it, and he gets the first down somehow, some way. Going to be a handoff to Jonathan Taylor here, who gets to the 30. That's a gain of 4. A quick pass to Tyler Warren, who gets 6 or 7, and that is another first down. Colts in Houston territory, deep in Houston territory. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Tight end on the right. Ball's at the 23 of Houston. Be another handoff to Giddens this time. Giddens gets brought down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Can we see a touchdown here? Going to be another handoff to Giddens. And that is a first down, brought down at the 11, gain of 6. Two receivers to the right, one to the left, tight end on the left. Downs on motion right now. Ball's at the 12. Giddens gets to the 11 before being brought down, a gain of 1. Brad, stop, dude. Stop. I'm putting you in timeout just for saying that. Giddens gets brought down at the 8-yard line, a gain of 3. Two receivers to the left, one to the right, tight end on the left. Are they going to run it here? It looks like they are. Nope, it's going to be RPO. Pittman gets out at the 5-yard line, gets a gain of 3. Not close enough for a first down. Colts will likely kick the field goal here. Yeah, Pittman's foot going out. That's a really terrible spot. Like, he doesn't go out until the 4-yard line, and yet they called him out at the 6. .22-yard attempt is good. Colts now with a 30-29 point lead. Yo, this is crazy. So remember the score the last time that the Indianapolis Colts in 2022, it was 32-30, was it not, to win that game? So the Texans could do the same thing to us here if they get a field goal. I mean, guys, we're going to run it back this year, no doubt. I mean, Casey, they're not playing their starters now because regardless if they win or lose, it doesn't change anything in the seeding. So, Cody, what did you just put in the chat? Well, final 3 minutes. Group kicks this one away. It's caught at around the goal line. Let's see what happens. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Tight end on the right. Receiver in motion left now. Ball's at the 35. It's going to be a run here. He gets 7, brought down at the 42. That's Brooks. I mean, guys, we're on our way to losing 7 straight games. I mean, come on. And the Texans will let it go to the 2-minute warning. Yeah, but the Texans don't care what their seeding is. They have to play in the wild card regardless. They're still going to play in the wild card regardless of who they're playing. They're still making the playoffs. Just ultimately, they had a shot at the division had Jacksonville lost. So now that we know Jacksonville didn't lose and was clearly destroying Tennessee, they were like, we're going to start resting a lot of our starters now because there's no point in playing them when it needs to be. Thank you, Gregory. Appreciate it. Here we go. Ball's at the 42. Mills back to throw. Finds his wide receiver and gets brought down at the 41-yard line. That's Hutchinson. I mean, that should have been clearly offensive pass interference, but okay. I mean, that was pass interference. And Mills finds his wide receiver in the middle of the field to the 28-yard line. Texans easily within range to kick a field goal. You could say whatever you want about injuries. The Texans didn't play their number one wide receiver. They took out their starting quarterback at halftime and have other backups in at other skill positions and took out a chunk of their defensive starters in the second half. You scored 30 points and you still could not find a way to stop them. Still couldn't find a way to win. Mills going to hand it off to Brooks, who gets a gain of 1. Houston going to let this one go down as much as they can and use that timeout. Please make this kick. Please. Hand it off, gets to the line of scrimmage, and Indianapolis will call a timeout. Well, let's see here. Fairbairn with the 6th field goal attempt of the season or of the day, and he sneaks that one in. And with 12 seconds left to go, Houston takes the lead. Hold on a second, guys. get something to drink. What are you doing, buddy? She's not there. Come on. Come on. Nope. Whatever. Return there. 5 seconds left. Let's see what kind of crazy shit they do here. Well, guys, it looks like the Indianapolis Colts, after starting the season 8-2 in their first 10 weeks, likely could go and have a losing record by the end of this year. In the next 5 seconds, if the Colts do not get a field goal. And we will run it back next year and suffer again. Leonard dumps it to Downs. Downs dumps it to Pittman. Pittman dumps it to Leonard. Leonard tries to dump it off to Warren, and he can't. Togiai going to try to take it into the end zone, and he does. Togiai picked it up for the score, and it is 38-30 Houston. Houston wins the game in dramatic fashion. And that is a very fitting way to end the season for the Indianapolis Colts. So, well, that's it for us, folks. The Indianapolis Colts, after starting 8-2, end up being 8-9. I mean, this team, I can't even, man. B-Train with the $5 super chat. No excuse dropping 7 in a row. 49ers lost players and their QB for half the season and were 1 game away from the 1 seed. Shane and Ballard have to go. Exactly right. 49ers have a better culture. They have a better coach. They have a better strategy. They got better players. They got better depth. They're better at everything than us. And that's what sucks. I appreciate everybody for tuning in this year. I'm really sorry. I know it's not my fault, but I'm sorry that this couldn't have been a better things. Couldn't have been a better ending of a season. But I love all of you guys. We'll continue to bring you guys content. We'll continue to break down all the news as we see it and all that other stuff. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. Again, shout out to FanDuel for this stream. It was presented by them. Shout out to you guys for a incredible 2025-2026 season. Hopefully we will have better circumstances coming up shortly. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always,